Going on, family? Back again with another one today. I ran across a clip. It's a guy named Cooley, right? He got a podcast called No Fugazi, apparently. I don't really engage in watching a whole lot of bickering for my own personal entertainment. But that doesn't mean I lack an awareness of it. Like this right here. Again, whenever I hear hate, I get inspired by it. Not to say it's like hatred in the clip, but it's just representative, in my opinion, of like the whole broad dysfunction that we have with each other, just male and female, the male and female energy that we got today, right? And another thing in regards to that, I really have become aware of the damage the conversations we having about this causes. The damage that the conversations we have about it causes. The way that we go about those conversations, the content of the conversations that we have amongst ourselves and with each other, about each other, right? Males and females. And I see a lot of room for healing and for growth, and that's never really acted upon because it's so convenient to get what you're looking for out of life when you pursue drama, antagonism, animosity, toxicity. When you talk about it, when you bring it up, when you point about it, when you give subjective opinions about it instead of objective opinions, we have developed a society that would allow you to prosper more when you do. So that's all that we do. And then to a certain extent, it almost feels like it doesn't matter whether the things that we see all over the internet is true or not, as in regards to like how we feel about each other, just because like in your own personal, it's just programmed in our minds to feel that way, like we're triggered. I interact with a lot of people who, it's not just that I interact with them, but I see a lot of people who respond to the situation they're currently in with the perspective and the emotional context of things that aren't even happening. Like in their mind, they're triggered already. They're already triggered. Like as soon as they see a circumstance that looks somewhat familiar or adjacent to all of the things that we talk, like you might see someone who is having an interaction with somebody and they totally overreact towards the person and the situation. And you can see that. And you can see that they're making accusations about things that aren't even happening right now. You know, accusing that person of doing things or saying things that mean something that they didn't directly say, right? And they're offshooting energy from this stuff, man, into their life because they feel like they're about to get treated like that. They feel like they already have gotten treated like this, and these are the only circumstances and the only ways that people feel and think. And that's not true. Like we have been, I can't even say lying, because a lot of the things that we talk about in regards to each other, we actually do to each other. However, that's a different thing than saying it's in our nature. We act out of our nature quite a bit. And it would behoove us as, I don't even want to say a community, as a species, it would behoove us to work together, build some harmony, and truly like work together. Like, the reason that I wanted to address this particular video is because of what I just stated. The fact that we could really and truly work together. Like, this guy right here is very intelligent. And I don't feel like, obviously, he feels, affection for or compassion for men and women, not in a sexual way, right? I'm just saying, I don't feel like this guy hates women. He has dialogues with them very often, and what he does with those dialogues is point out very explicitly where he feels like they error at, right? But from the intellect that this person has, and watching him have the conversation that he has with people, it just wasn't lost on me how much of a difference it would make if he took another avenue with communicating with people. If he took that intellect, instead of using it as a sharp point to poke at somebody with, if he took that to navigate their perception and their consciousness to self, right? To help them see where they misnavigated at. Like, it seems to me that there's this need to be abrasive and aggressive and volatile and hostile when we speak to our women about our issues with them and the issues that we have with them in regards to other things. Like, and I get it because we get it. Like, that's what we get, right? But what I'm saying is that it saddens me to know that we are so much greater than we allow ourselves to be. And I just wish a lot of us would allow ourselves to be a greater version of ourselves, a higher version of ourselves. And not to say anybody's doing anything wrong. It's more of a I see potential thing. Not that you're not achieving right now, but I see how much you're not allowing yourself to do. I see how much more could be done that's left undone. And I would love to see someone like this, take the time and put in the effort to navigate people down a brighter path, right? Because he's very intelligent and he gets it. He really get like what the lefts and the rights are. However, I feel like a lot of people who get it get lost in this traditional conversation that we're having with each other about men mad at women and women mad at men, and we both been real bad to each other, and we don't want to acknowledge what karma we have brought ourselves for the damage that we've done to the other party. Like, that's on both ends. It don't even matter who or if one of us is more superior to the other, because neither one of us are acting any better. Neither one of us are treating the other any better, talking about or talking to the other any better. Like, we're generally, and I'm not painting a broad umbrella and putting every individual inside of it, but generally, a generality, most people, most men and most women have not been good to each other. They've both done cruelty. Just been really cruel to each other. Callous. Unempathetic. And there are scars. There were wounds created. There are scars now that have scabbed over instead of healing. And those scabs they haven't healed because those scabs keep getting scratched off. Right? So it is evidently clear what will happen if we continue doing what we're doing with each other. Just a whole bunch of what's going on right now. The only way that we will get a better outcome out of our interactions with each other is if we have them differently. What we're doing will only get us more of what we have. If we want something better, we got to do something different. That's it. That's all I'm saying. And I feel like this young man and this person that he's talking to, feel like both of those people would want better for themselves and for the rest of us as a whole with our relationships and communication with each other. I feel like they both would prefer if our relationships with each other was better, more wholesome, more connected, right? But they're not having the type of conversation that would facilitate that, which is why I picked it to talk about, because they're not having a helpful dialogue. As a matter of fact, the dialogue that they're having is generally unhelpful to us as a whole, right? I would like to see more men and more women take responsibility take the responsibility of having conversations that heal. Men, I really feel like it's not how I feel. Men being men, as a man, right? When you look out into the world that we living in, that we created, our world, our society, right? What you see is a lot of hurt, a lot of pain. Like, we all agree that men are providers and protectors, right? Well, I feel like in that regard, we missed the boat. Our kids are in danger. Our children have been gotten to in a real major way. Our society has become toxic to our children. Our society has become toxic to our women. Our society has become toxic to our men. However, as men, it doesn't matter whether we caused the problem or not. We do hold the responsibility of it. For us, we're pillars. We're strong so that we can support. That's why we have more strength. That's why we're here, to be leaders, guiders, supporters. And we are doing that. However, we're not protecting our children and our women from the things that are causing them the most harm. We're not guiding them down the path that will lead us to connect back with each other, right? And those are areas that as a whole we're lacking in. Just look at it. There's nothing but dysfunction in our relationships. And I'm not giving my perspective. This is just a fact. I'm not saying that I'm not saying that things are the way that they are because we didn't do a good job. I'm not saying that, because that's not the case. What I'm saying is we found ourselves in a very precarious situation, a very precarious spot. and we're stuck in it. And as men, we shouldn't use our strength and our intellect to attack our people, those who we are responsible for. We are supposed to guide, protect, and lead. And we're not doing that while we're attacking. We can handle it. We can take the attacks. We can take the abuse. We can take the lack of love. We can take the mistreatment. We can take all the toxicity. We can take everything. We don't deserve to. We shouldn't have to. But we're built to be able to. And we have the inner strength required to make the choice to do it, but we're not, because it's easy not to. And we don't get what we're supposed to have in response to the guidance, the protection, the leadership. We're not, it's like, although we bear that responsibility, we're not just this infinite, we don't just have this infinite internal reservoir. In order to pour out, something has to be poured into our cup. And there's nothing doing that, which is why for everyone else outside of the men realm, that's why we're not upholding all of the responsibilities that we have, because we're not, the responsibility to us is not being upheld. We need more poured into our cups so that we can pour out more into the world, because both are needed. We're needed, and we need the rest of us, humanity. Men, we need our children and our women beside us. Truly, we do. Like, we can't function like this. We're not functioning like this. And I'm gonna get into the video. I just wanted to give a brief intro as to why we're here in the first place. And it's no judgment. And I'm not judging this person. I'm not judging either one of these people. I just see a potential and I know how much of an effect that potential being expressed would have on not just in general, and not just with this person, but just a lot of guys, a lot of people who get it. They understand what's going on, but instead of seeing what's really going on in our society and addressing that, hey, this is the case, this is what's going on, now this is what we need to do about it to change it, the conversation gets stuck at the second part, where we just keep discussing what's wrong, keep discussing this is how things are, this is how things work, so this is how you should stop teaching each other how to navigate circumstances we don't want to be in. That's it right there. Stop. We as a whole, all we're doing is having conversations to clarify exactly where we're at right now. But we're somewhere that we don't want to be. And we're not having conversations about navigating out of that place. We keep teaching each other different and better ways to remain inside of this place that we don't want to be. Why bother having conversations about which thing we don't want that we're going to get? I don't get that. So That's why I'm having this conversation right here. So let's go ahead and get started.
Welcome to No Fugazi Podcast. State your name and where you're from.
You talking to me?
I'm talking to you. Welcome to No Fugazi Podcast. State your name and where you're from.
My name is Donquisha, and I'm from Texas.
Donquisha, and you from Texas?
Donquisha. Quisha, yes.
I think I said it right the first time.
You didn't, but
I didn't.
Okay.
Yeah, Donquisha. I just saying I ain't pronounced the G at the end. You want me to pronounce that? Donquisha.
Yes.
But if you say it fast, the G disappears. Donquisha. So you couldn't even hear the G, could you?
No.
See, I think I won the debate already then. I think I won the debate already. You said I said your name wrong, which I didn't.
I do want to clarify. There is a difference. Like, a debate is an actual thing. A debate is not a regular conversation. A debate is not a regular conversation. It's a particular thing. It's a very particular thing. In the way that you would say, baking cakes and frying fish are both cooking, but they're two different kinds of cooking. Very different. Like, a debate is a type of conversation that you have for a particular reason, for a particular goal that it qualifies for, but it doesn't qualify for everything. When you have a debate with somebody, you have that debate because it's like a debate isn't a debate is for you to express your opinions. A debate is the goal of a debate is for one person's understanding or perspective on something to supersede the other one. It doesn't necessarily mean that you're looking for clarity or guidance, right? It's just who can have a more convincing conversation. A debate is more like what a lawyer does when they in court. They're debating with the other lawyer. They're debating with the judge. In the process of that debate, they're not seeking honesty. They're not seeking the truth. They're seeking the most convincing conversation. In a debate, all you're doing is trying to figure out who can say it the best. You're not trying to figure out which thing is the correct thing to be said, which light is the one that I should be guided by. That's not what a debate is. Understand that when you debate somebody, you might be leaving the truth all the way out of it. So be clear. What do you want? Do you want to have a debate? Do you want to just sit down and entertain each other with our words? Or do you want to find something? Do you want to fix something? Do you want to understand something further than you already do? What is it that you're seeking? Find the conversational mechanism that suits it. If you want to seek the truth, don't debate, right? Because that's not what it's for.
I said it wrong. I just said it fast, but I pronounced it right. But okay. What are you here to debate about?
All right, I want to debate who's more superior, the black man or the black woman.
At the end of the day, let's say we figure out one day which one is superior, the man or the woman. Okay. So, what does that actually mean? What does it mean to your life, to our lives, for one of us to be better than the other, greater than the other? How does it play out? What does that mean we should do at that point? Do you just want to know how you should feel? Is that it? Is it just that men and women trying to figure out how I should feel about myself or how I should feel about this person? Does it mean that you're gonna do something, behave as if like what's the point in finding that out? What is it to be gained by knowing that in the first place? I don't get it. Like why? What does it matter? What difference do it make? What effect is knowing that or clarifying that gonna have on anybody's life? I really don't know.
And I'm on the
It's an
side
ego
of the
thing.
black woman being more superior. And I know you on the side of the black man. So we need to go.
One of us got to be better than the other anyway. In the whole leadership thing, men God lead whatever. So women do too. There are certain areas that women, it's just their thing, almost as if it's made for them. And in those areas, they guide and men follow. I don't care the most prideful man, if he has a woman that he loves, will find himself being guided by that woman. And the crazy part about it, men might lead in the world in everyday situations, but one of the realms that women lead and guide in is emotional stability. Now, I say that is a balanced woman, a natural woman, a woman who is aligned properly, who is balanced, who is in tune with her nature, right? That woman, not every woman, women, right? One of the realms that they got in is emotional alignment, emotional attunement, emotional stability, right? One of the ways that we follow women as men is that when you found that one who you're not afraid of giving this woman all of your heart, all of your secrets, because you know that she's not going to get mad at you and use all of the things you tell her about your weaknesses to hurt you. Just take that off the table, because women don't do that, right? When you find that woman and you can confide in her and give her your meekness, the things that you feel you lack in. A lot of men don't have the ability to say that I feel weak here. I feel like I need to grow there, especially if you're grown. We don't have room in our society for those words to come out of our mouths, right? That's what your woman is for. We feel like we can't say those things to our women, but you can to a womb man, like a true woman. That's their thing. Like, that's what they do. They retain that. They balance you out. They lead us down our selves. They guide us to our heart. They let us see all the emotions that we're not allowed to express, we get to air them out through our women. They lead us through understanding ourselves, and we are led by them down that because we don't have the internal alignment. Men normally don't. Most men don't have the internal alignment to navigate themselves, which is why you see a lot of men being single now, because we have had to learn that, because it is required, it is necessary, but we haven't had our other half to do it for us. So we've had to align ourselves differently as a whole to be able to do that ourselves. And that cut off a lot of what we need to facilitate connectivity with our women.
Go ahead and get it cracking, because I'm
Okay,
Yes.
so are you specifically want to go with the black man or the black woman, or you want to just do man versus woman?
No, I need to. Every woman ain't superior. And are you gonna let me do an intro too?
What do you mean?
You gonna let me tell you what I do?
I mean, if you want to, sure. I normally don't run my
I'm a
debates
black
like that.
woman
What do you do?
I'm a black woman supremacist, and I promote and uplift the black woman by any means necessary. That's what I do.
Okay.
And as a black woman supremacist, I don't. This don't affect every woman. It's only for the black woman. What I speak about is specifically. You want me to call you, what is it, Brother Coolio?
Not Coolio. Coolio is, I believe, was a rapper. I'm not a rapper, and I don't have that gold teeth. You know, Coolio had the metal in his mouth, kind of similar to what you have. I don't have any of that stuff in my mouth, and I believe Coolio had the hair that stick up. But yeah, it's Coolie.
It's Coolie. What about can I call you No Fugazi? Because that's what I've been calling you all week. I've been like, I'm about to go on a No Fugazi show. Can I call you No Fugazi or no?
You could call me Cooley. That's fine. You know my name. Which is my real government name. That's my last name. So yeah, call me Cooley, and I'll address you like you want to be dressed, Don Quisha.
Don Quisha. Okay.
Okay. Sure. Okay. So you said that you want to debate about who's more superior, the black man or the black woman. You said that you are a black supremacist.
A black woman.
A black woman supremacist.
Yes.
Okay. All right, got to get that right. Okay, fair enough. Okay, so explain to me why you think the black woman is more superior than the black man.
Okay, I'm going to start you here. I was trying to get my notes because I didn't know I was going to be on. I thought you said that the debate was Wednesday. So, hey, it say Wednesday and Friday. It's debate night. Right?
Sundays and Wednesdays are debate night, and Fridays are the girl shows. So,
okay, I mixed it up. So I don't have all my notes, so I'm just gonna go off the dome right now. So the question that you asked me is what makes me feel that the black woman is more superior?
Not feel. How is the black woman more superior than the black man? Facts,
okay,
not feelings.
I'm just gonna say one word. Pay attention. Womb. That's the only thing I need to say. What makes the black woman, more superior than everybody? The black woman is more superior than a white man. She's more superior than a black man, an Asian man, a Hispanic man, all a man. Why? Because if you go do a quick Google, you will find out that everybody on this planet, I said on the planet, came from the bosom of the black woman. I didn't say the white woman. I didn't say the Asian woman, the Hispanic woman, the Brazilian. I said specifically the black woman. The black woman is everybody's creator. And when I say everybody's, I'm talking about everybody, Brother Cooley. Everybody.
Okay.
Everybody's creator.
Regardless of whether or not that's true, what do you get? What you get for that? Like, I'll give it to you. Okay, and what does that mean I'm supposed to do to you? What does that mean what does that mean for life? Like, what does that change about my life with that being true? What does that change about your life and how we interact with each other with that being true? So what? I don't get it.
And that's facts.
All right. So I'll just repeat it back so you know that I'm not trying to say anything that you didn't say. You said that the black woman is more superior than a black man, and the black woman is actually more superior than anybody because the black woman, because she has a womb, and everybody came from the black woman's womb.
Yes, sir. Yes,
so that's your reasoning behind it.
That's reality. That's reality. It ain't my reasoning. It is reality. It's reality. Everybody. And so can I build? You gonna let me build?
I mean, so how I like to do my debates, I like to take it point by point, right?
Okay, go ahead.
Because you made a claim, I'll say that I disagree with the presupposition of your claim. So the presupposition is what you presuppose. You are presupposing that the woman is superior because of the womb. I also disagree what you presuppose that everyone came from the black person's womb. And okay, I will explain why I disagree with that. So I'll state my claim, and then you'll have to try to combat my claim that I make. So the reason why I disagree with your presupposition that everyone, the womb, because that's just a factor. So when you look at superior, you're thinking, when I use the word superior, actually maybe before I get into my rebuttal, let's get what you mean by superior. What's your definition of superior?
A higher quality.
A lot of debates or conversations with people get derailed just because it's never clarified that we're using the same word but not with the same meaning. Like when you having a conversation with somebody, it's important that you clarify that what you think they mean is what they meant. What word, ask them, what does this word mean? What does that word mean? There's nothing wrong with expressing your ignorance because you don't know sometimes. Sometimes you know what the word mean and they don't. Sometimes they'll use, this is why you have to do that. Sometimes somebody might be using a word and they don't actually know what that word means. They're using it as a placeholder because it sounds like it means the thing that they're saying. So, and they've heard it before, used in a similar way, and so they're using it now, and it makes the conversation very confusing because you know exactly what they just said, but they don't. Which is why asking for clarity is not being submissive to the person you're talking to. You don't have to feel like they're teaching you something just to ask for clarity, because you don't know if they actually know what they're saying, and you don't know if they're using the terms or words in a way that you're not familiar with, and you be going down the same conversation. You feel like you're having the same conversation, but you're not. Y'all on two different roads.
The black woman is a higher quality. Okay. Superior is a higher quality, Brother Cooley. A higher quality. Let me explain it to you.
I think I understand that. I get that part.
Well, then rock with that.
Rock with that.
I'm letting you know. Let me just hit it. I'm letting you know, Brother Cooley, that the black woman is of a higher quality. Now, let me tell you, because of the womb and because of the nature of the black woman, what we naturally are is we are life givers. After 9 months, we give life. The quality is we nurture, we love, we teach, we guide, and without us, nobody would be here. Now let's flip it into the man. The nature of the man we know is, y'all got some good, y'all gods and everything. You a black god, you looking good. I told you that I liked you. I liked you earlier when I talked to you. So that's why I'm gonna just spare you a little bit, because you look good. Didn't you say about 6'5"? So I'm gonna give you some props. I'm not gonna destroy you just yet, but let me just finish. Now, the average black man is killing, men in general. Y'all murder a lot. That's why y'all be in prison. And then you will sexually, do what y'all do. We can't say that word, R-A-P-E. You ego tripping all the time. You just not built like the woman in terms of quality. You are a protector. Your job is to jump in front of the women and kids and get shut down if we in trouble. You could really call yourself security. You could really call yourself security. You're security for me.
You know what? To a point, I'm gonna give it to her real quick, just for a hypothetical scenario, right? Say it's our job, for sure, hypothetically, to be guardians, to jump in front of bullets, be the shield, so that everything else gets protected, which sounds like it fucking sucks, honestly. But to be that, and for that to be the meaning of your existence, I guess, like, I'm just here to make sure that you stick around. I wouldn't want to be that, right? But why would I do that? Okay, it's my job, right? People go to work to their job and don't do what they're supposed to do all the time. Like, I get that I'm supposed to, but so why would I? Why would I do what I'm supposed to? Because I don't have to. Now, you saying this every man job, all right, but we are autonomous creatures. We have a will, we have awareness, and we have an option to do whatever we choose. Why would we choose to do that for you? And this is like a us question. Why should we now? What's the universe works on reciprocity. What's the outcome for us after facilitating all of those things for you? Why does it mean anything to us to do it? Why should we feel as though we should choose to do these things? Like, you don't get, like, it's crazy just to willy-nilly say that as if with no comprehension of what it feel like in that moment when a gun in your face and you know a bullet finna come out of it and it's not even coming to you, it's about to hit somebody else, but you willingly go stand in front of it so they don't get hit. Like the mind that does that, do you not feel as though would require something to be that? Like, it's crazy. You really feel like people just gonna do that? Would you just do that? We're not different enough to say that in that situation we're different creatures. Like, no, how would you feel?
Would you say that we are only security?
Shoot out, you get up there and put your whole body up and just get shot up for me.
And man, say that to somebody to their face. How do you think they're gonna feel about you? How do you think they should feel? How do you feel like, what's your opinion of, like, how would you judge that? How would you judge somebody saying that to somebody and meaning it and like expecting you to be that? Like, how, I would love to know what judgment somebody would place on that. Like, that's
okay. Would you say we are only security then? Because it sounds like that's really what.
That's not what I'm saying. Okay. The black man is a god, but you the god of war. You a god. The black woman is the god of life. The black man is the god of war. That's why you got all the muscles. That's why you are. It's instinctive for you to try to protect me. Now you are the god of war, and I'm the god of life. Which one is more superior? It's the god of life. Your job.
It sounds like she had like a spiritual teacher or something, because I understand why she's saying what she's saying. That's not to say that she's correct. I just get what she's saying and why she's saying it. And it's not correct. The interpretation of it that she has isn't correct. But I'm gonna just leave it there because I don't even feel like fixing it.
Okay, well, it's time to dismantle your entire argument with, just some questions. I was gonna do it another way and take it piece by piece, but I'll just ask you questions and contradictions will start to happen. So And what I'm saying here currently is so you can get a preview of your demise before it happens. So you are about to get dismantled, your entire worldview, by a few questions, and you'll start to think and you'll start to contradict yourself. So this is what's about to happen. So first question for you: if the black woman is more superior than the black man, why does the black woman need the man for survival value, but the black man does not need the woman for survival value? The black man only needs the woman for replication value, but the black woman needs the man for not only replication value for her to leave her legacy behind, but she also needs the black man for protection. The black woman cannot protect herself from nature and manipulate the world how a man can. You've just admitted that the black woman needs the man for protection. Well, why would she need the man for protection? Because she can't protect herself.
So this is why I have an issue. And this is what I was referring to earlier. What he's doing right now is saying, okay, I am fully aware that your perspective on life as a whole does not align with reality. Okay? What you think the world is and how it works isn't true. And I know that, but now that I understand your worldview, I'm going to hop into that world and dismantle it from the inside. Like, but you're not. Instead of just having a conversation with this woman about reality, what it really is. And I know, like, largely people who have chosen not to acknowledge what's really true and what's really not, you can't ask them to. You can't talk them into doing it. That's true. I get it. But you don't perpetuate it. He hopping in her world and just telling her you're wrong, and showing her that she's wrong, but it doesn't matter. Like, the way that he's going about dismantling her conversation isn't allowing her to grow. It's just pointing your finger at somebody saying, aha, I'm right and you wrong and I can prove it. But you can't. And it's just mental gymnastics. Like, he just very analytical, right? He's taking what she said, dissecting it, pulling it apart, and putting it back together so that she can see that the pieces don't fit. That's exactly what he's doing. But instead of acknowledging her delusions, he could simply rebuttal with the truth, with not a subjective opinion, but an objective truth from reality, not this world that she's created in her head. Because as he says, what she has presupposed isn't true. And he knows that. And instead of correcting the navigation of their conversation by realigning his perspective to the truth and allowing her to come over to having his conversation with him instead of going over to have her conversation with her, like, it's just bullying to a certain extent.
if we're speaking about superiority and we're speaking about your definition was it was high quality, it's the highest quality. I would say the highest quality person would be able to protect themselves, because if you can't protect themselves, you won't exist. So the first question is, please answer it. How is the black woman more superior than the black man?
And again, this is meaningless. Like, it, regardless of whether either one of them are correct, the point don't matter. Men are stronger than women, but we're both human. Humans are the essence in our nature is to adapt. You might be stronger than me, but I can figure out how to beat you. This man's stronger than that man. The weaker man can still beat the stronger man. A weaker woman can still beat a stronger man, but why would you try to overpower them using strength? A knowledgeable person wouldn't do that. But women overcome men all the time. Not in a wrestling ring, but understand, sports are built different than battle. Like, a fighting sport, you can't, it's not the same as if you was fighting somebody for your life, because there's rules over here and nothing over there. A fight with somebody who understands how to defend themselves, they might not even know any type of martial art. They might just understand savagery and brutality, right? They might just know how to hurt you. And I don't need to know how to fight to completely destroy you as a person, right? None of that matters. It doesn't matter if it's true or not. It doesn't matter if one is stronger than the other, because strength is not the final selecting end all be all. That's not what's going to decide who live or die.
If she needs him to survive.
All right, that's cute, but
And then just the quality and nature of being a human. Any environment that you in, whether you a man, a woman, or a child, you can adapt to it. You can figure out how to survive. Whatever you're lacking by not having a partner, you will adapt. Period. So it don't matter. Even if it's true. You can disqualify it because you have the potential to do so. Whether you choose to or not is your prerogative, but you can. So it don't matter.
but you dealing with somebody that's on a way higher wisdom level.
Got it.
I'm
Please answer
wise.
the question, though.
I am. Don't worry. Don't cut me off. So you said that we need you for protection.